Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the channel. We're going to be embarking on a new kind of vision on the channel here. We've been focusing a lot on politics lately, and while we may still touch on some of that from time to time, I think we're going to look at getting back into the what started us out, and that's homesteading and farming, raising kids. One of the areas that we have been focusing on is how to farm, how to homestead on a budget. And so we're going to be doing taking you through and showing you some of the projects we've done on a budget around the homestead to make things easier for us, cheaper for us, and more effective for us. So one of the things I'm going to go through today, and we've already done a video on this, is I'm going to be showing you our sheep feeding system that we use during the winter time. It's a version of through the fence feeding. I built the whole thing myself with stuff that we basically had on hand. There is a video on the channel already. This is kind of an addendum to it and an updated version of it. So this here is the system. I'm going to be loading bales in it in a few minutes. So what we did was this was the existing fence line right here, carried off into the corner there. So we used the existing fence posts that were in place, and I built this system in front, in between the posts. It's just under 16 feet wide. The uprights here, diagonal uprights, I had these are rebar inside. I got them at I think it was part of an auction at one point in time. They were just like on a pallet, and we were bidding on what was on the pallet, and it included these pieces of 5/8 rebar and the PVC we had left over from our original greenhouse, which was one of those hoop house styles, and it collapsed in the wintertime. So we put this up with 8-inch spacing in between. Additions that I've made since then is I put this piece up here, up higher, because what was happening is the sheep would line up on here, and sometimes the lamb would climb on top of the mothers and jump over, and they would get inside the hay and make a big mess in there. They would, because sheep don't pay attention to where they're pooping and peeing, so we'd have manure and urine in the hay. And then down here I put this 1x4 across with these supports, as some of the smaller ewes were getting and jumping in between the uprights and also winding up within the hay. So I added this board, I added that board up there. And then the other addition I made this year was we were finding that the front was too small for the amount of sheep we had. So I kicked this fence out, and I use boards on it this time rather than wire, and we're going to be redoing all that with board. And then allowed the sheep access to this side here. So on this side we just have the horizontal planks. Nobody can get through this, which is nice, but they can't reach quite as far, so it's a little bit more work for us. But it gives us better access to, it gives the sheep better access to the feeder. What we're probably going to do next year, we talked about it this year, but we never really got time, is I want to do the same thing on this side here. I want to take this gate post and move it out. I think we'll tie the fence right into the corner of the barn and bring it straight across and tie into this side here. And then we'll move the gate out and give the sheep access this side of the feeder as well, and then we'll have sheep all the way around it. So once the bales are in here, we can feed 2 at a time in here. I just piled up the last of the 2 bales on the side here, and then I'll set the bales down in here. You have the option of either nudging the bales ahead. We use round bales, anywhere from 800 to 1,500 pounds. You can either nudge them forward with the tractor, or you can just come in and using the pitchfork just peel hay off to the sides and to the front to get them better, get them access to the hay. Then this gate here closes up after everything is in. Like I said, we were having the sheep not busting through, but getting into here. And then once they were through, they could then come out and have a run of the property. We didn't want that, so we put this gate in. They did not pay attention to the sign, which told them that they were not allowed to trespass. They would anyways, so we had to put the gate in.